Well, hello there, guys. I realize I have not uploaded in this channel for over a year at this point. But, well, here I am. I finally remembered the password to my channel and now I'm here. Well, the video should probably be self-explanatory at this point because as you can see on my screen right now, this is the Champions League brackets and I'll be predicting what will happen in the Champions League and predicting the winners and all of that. So without any further delays, let's go. But before we go, I do promise the content will be more regular now from this point on, and I might even try some FIFA content. So, stick to the channel, subscribe to the channel if you want to see that content. And also, I will be making another video about the Europa League. So, yeah, wish me luck there. I actually just subscribe for the video for that. Yeah. So, without any further delays, let's just get on with the video itself. Alright, so to the first quarter-final, it's Benfica versus Liverpool. Now, on surface, this seems fairly obvious. I mean, Liverpool should go through this tie without so much as breaking a sweat. It's just that right now in England, after a long time, we have finally seen a proper, title battle this time around. The Liverpool are 1 point behind Manchester City. And honestly, I think this tie will help them in the Premier League as well, because when we go to Manchester City, I will, tell you why that because works. English isn't my strong suit. Just making that clear. Anyway, I predict Liverpool to sort of breeze past Benfica because I don't think Benfica has what it takes to beat Liverpool. Now moving on, we have Villareal versus Bayern Munich. Now, this one is also fairly straightforward. Bayern Munich are Bayern Munich. Villarreal, for all of their qualities, lack consistency. In the league this year, they haven't been that good. They had a horrible start, similar to the start that Barcelona had. And they kind of recovered, but then they again went out of form, losing their last game as well. It's just not a good performance from Villarreal, and things are not looking good for them for European qualification. And as far as Bayern Munich is concerned, well, Bayern do have their defensive issues. Like, even when they win, they do concede a lot of goals, and that is an issue. But I don't think Villarreal are the team that can really exploit the issue. So I think Bayern Munich will go through against Villarreal. Now, moving on to the third quarter-final. Now, this is where things get a little bit dicey. Now, it is Manchester City versus Atletico Madrid. Now, if you had asked me this about 3 weeks ago, I would have said Manchester City through against Atletico easily. Like, I don't even think Atletico would have put up a challenge. But Atletico have improved ever since that moment. Like, ever since that defeat against Barcelona, they have improved. They have played well. And it is Atletico Madrid, it is Diego Simeone's team, you can never count them out. I think this is going to be very close. And honestly, I want to give the edge to Atletico Madrid. Now, it might seem a little bit weird because Manchester City are the better team at playing football. But also you have to consider Manchester City are now, currently grinding it out for the Premier League title. They are just 1 point ahead of Liverpool. And as I said before, Liverpool have the advantage because they drew up against Benfica, who I don't think are going to pose as much of a challenge. But as far as Manchester City is concerned, they not only have to compete in the Champions League, they also have to compete in the Premier League if they want to win it. They're still in the title race. In fact, they are leading the title race. Atletico, on the other hand, they don't really need to worry. They are pretty much guaranteed a top 4 spot. Okay, not guaranteed. Betis is still on. But right now they are sitting third, tied on points with both Barcelona and Sevilla. And also Betis is like 4 points away. Like, yes, Atletico can't exactly afford to slack off in the league, but I would say they're still in a better position than Manchester City to sort of sacrifice one league game. So I don't know. For me, it seems like Atletico are just going to edge it out over Manchester City. Now moving on to the second tie. This is once again one of those ties where if you had asked me before the international break, I would have said Chelsea goes through pretty easily because, Chelsea was the team looking up, and yes, they recently had the whole situation with their owner having to, basically give away the club, and even then they can't sell any of their assets. They can't even sell tickets to their fans. The last I saw looked into the situation. It's not a good situation for Chelsea. And after the international break, their 1-4 defeat against Brentford looks that much worse. So I don't know where Chelsea stands right now. Maybe they will put up a really good performance in the quarterfinals. We don't know. But right now, things are not looking good for Chelsea. Now, Real Madrid, honestly, they haven't been doing that great either. Like, yes, you can say they did win against Celta Vigo. But honestly, if you have watched the game, you know how good they were. As in, they were shit. Like, yeah, they got 3 penalties. One of them was a bit iffy, but okay, I can see why it was given as a penalty. But that's just it. Like, moving forward, other than Benzema, literally, I don't see anyone helping out. Like, yes, Vinicius and Benzema are doing really great right now. But other than that, Real Madrid are not looking like that title-winning team right now. And of course, you cannot forget, they lost 4-0 to Barcelona. And I'm not saying this Barcelona side is a particularly great one. We are on the way to becoming a good side. We are not quite there yet. Like, we beat Sevilla 1-0 yesterday. Like, we are still not quite there. We do have our stumbling blocks. We have our issues that we need to sort. And hopefully, you know what, I'm going on a tangent here. My point is, Real Madrid got beaten, absolutely trashed by Barcelona. Then they almost lost points against Celta Vigo and were really lucky to actually get away with a win there. Considering all of that, I don't see Real Madrid really doing very well in this tie either. And it's really up to Benzema. Because right now, their entire attack is dependent on Benzema. Now, he is a great player. But you also have to consider that, the goals that he scored against PSG, those were mostly errors made by PSG. Because look at all the 3 goals that came about, right? Other than the one where Modric made a run for the counter-attack, both of those goals were assisted by PSG. That was a terrible performance by them, and they have their own issues. But my point is, Real Madrid are not looking convincing enough. So considering these 2 teams, Chelsea and Real Madrid, both are kind of trending downwards right now. They are both clearly not in form, but clearly they will try to battle it out in the quarterfinals. I am just about going to give it to Real Madrid. Maybe it's my Spanish bias. I like Spanish football. Maybe it's a bias there. But I just feel like sometimes Real Madrid have that tendency to just grind out the results. And I feel like that's what's going to happen here. Like, Real Madrid will just about get through this tie. Now, moving on to the first semi-finals. It is Liverpool versus Bayern Munich. And boy, that is a tasty tie. Now, Liverpool versus Bayern Munich. Liverpool, I feel, right now have one of the best attacks in Europe. And also, their defense isn't that bad. Actually, their defense is really good. My point is, right now, Liverpool are probably the most well-rounded team in Europe. And Bayern have that one glaring weakness in their defense. So, Bayern can go ahead and score like 4 goals, but it won't matter if Liverpool scores 5. And that is my big point. Like, over the 2 legs, I don't know. I feel like Liverpool is going to edge it out over Bayern Munich because Bayern has those defensive issues. Now, if Bayern can somehow manage to sort out their defense, then yes, Bayern should go through, ideally. But I just feel like Bayern haven't really shown me their defensive solidarity, so to speak of. So, I don't know. Liverpool. It's for me, between Bayern and Liverpool, I have to pick Liverpool right now. Maybe things will change in the upcoming 2-3 weeks. But of course, I can't know about those right now. Now, moving on to the second semi-final, we have the Madrid derby. Atletico Madrid versus Real Madrid. And, well, the win against Chelsea will definitely boost their confidence. There's also a Madrid derby coming up in the league. I don't know what time that is. Maybe that's around the time of the semi-finals. I don't know. But this will be a tasty tie regardless. Madrid derbies always are. I don't know actually who goes through. I do feel Diego Simeone structures his team better than Carlo Ancelotti. I don't think he's a good coach, good enough coach for Real Madrid. I'm sorry, I know he has a lot of achievements. I just think the way he has been managing this Real Madrid team and the amount of talent that they have and the results that they have been achieving and the way they have been playing is not suitable for Real Madrid. He is not suitable for Real Madrid. That's my personal opinion. Meanwhile, Atletico more and more now are looking like an actual team. They're looking like they can really grind it out and they can really, go for the results. And they're finally improving in their attack as well. Like, yeah, their attack kind of suffered in the mid-season, but now they are back into scoring goals again. So, I have to give it to Atletico Madrid. Like, yeah, I know Real Madrid have that tendency to just clutch the games, but I don't know. Atletico looks more strong to me right now. Real Madrid is trending downwards, and Carlo Ancelotti has to work on that. Now, if he manages to work on that, if he manages to somehow make it work, then fine, but I just don't see it right now. Now, moving on to the final, which is Liverpool versus Atletico Madrid. Now, this is kind of a reverse matchup of a quarterfinals that happened like 2 seasons ago. 2 or 3 seasons ago, and that was one hell of a game that Atletico and Liverpool played in Anfield that went to extra time. Like, they barely equalized and then they won it in extra time by scoring 2 goals. Both mistakes from Adrian, I believe, who was the keeper of Liverpool at that time. You know what? Among these two, I do think Liverpool will win it. The Champions League bracket is good to go. I don't want to continue right now. Just go away. Okay, it won't go away. There's no cross button. If I continue, it will take me to a different page. Okay, I don't want to do that. Let's just leave it here. My point is, well, among Liverpool and Atletico, I do think Liverpool will win it because they are the better team right now. They are the most balanced team in Europe right now, as I've said before. So yeah, I think right now in the Champions League, Liverpool will win another Champions League. So yeah, that sounds great. It kind of bums me out a little bit that England are winning 2 Champions Leagues in a row. But what can I do about that? I would much rather have a Spanish team win it so that the Premier League fans can shut the hell up. But I don't see that happening. Like, Spanish football has like 2-3 years of recovery to do. Alright, so those are my predictions. I guess we'll come back here after the finals to see how wrong I was. I am sure I'm going to go wrong somewhere. So yeah, we'll come back to this after the finals. So, stay tuned for all of that. And as I've said, I'm going to make a video about the Europa League predictions as well. In fact, I'm going to record this like literally after this video. So that shouldn't be too long. So yeah, subscribe to my channel for all that content and I'll leave you guys in peace.